Project Economy News, and the economy gained strength at the end of 2010 as Americans spent at the fastest pace in 4 years, and that's according to a new Commerce Department report out today. The economy grew at an annual rate of 3.2% from October through December, and that was the best quarterly showing since the start of last year. Analysts say that could be a sign for a stronger 2011. Taking a look at Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 55 points. The Nasdaq is down 33 points. In local stocks, we're seeing mostly green arrows, with the exception of Alexander & Baldwin, down 70 cents a share, down to 40.30.
And now it's time for our weekly Project Economy Report with the University of Hawaii's Economic Research Organization, also known as UHERO. And joining us now is economics professor Sumner LaCroix. And Sumner, we heard about this report. It looks like growth is getting better. What's your reaction to that report?
I think it's all good. In the second quarter of 2010, growth was 1.7. Third quarter, 2.6. Fourth quarter, 3.2. So what we're seeing is slow growth in the economy, but it's slowly reviving. Getting over 3% is really important because when growth is over 3%, usually unemployment rates fall. So that's really important here because unemployment has stayed persistently over 9%. For President Obama to be reelected and many of the Republican and Democratic politicians, they need to get unemployment down. Growth over 3% will succeed in doing that.
What are you looking at for this coming year?
For the coming year, we see slightly improved growth, but again, we're not going to see the economy just go like gangbusters. There's a lot of good signs out there. The Fed has huge monetary stimulus in place. I think that big monetary stimulus is going to help the economy. We're also seeing this revival in the stock market is starting to stimulate some consumer spending by those who have big stock market holdings. For those for whom their home is the big holding, it's a little bit slower. And corporations have done a lot of restructuring, and I think all that together. We're going to see an increase in growth, but it's not going to be so spectacular as to cause huge increases in the economy.
Now, the governor delivered his State of the State address earlier this week, right. And his people were saying when he first looked at the budget deficit, it was $700 million, and right. Now it's more than $800 million. So now he's proposing what you call some draconian measures to deal with this budget deficit.
Well, I think that we need to put all this in perspective. The Hawaii economy, just like the U.S. economy, is recovering, but it's slowly recovering. And because it's slowly recovering, the government's budget is also very slowly recovering. There's some big holes in the budget. I think anytime a new administration comes into office, what they see is that the old administration has been trying to keep things together. And that when they start looking at some of the accounting tricks that are being used, when they start looking at some of the schemes that are being used to try to balance the budget, they then decide, we need to get this done now. We need at the very start of our term to get the budget together. And I think that's what Governor Abercrombie's folks have rightly concluded, that they need to deal with this now, that they don't want to deal with it 3 or 4 years from now.
Another big controversy is the governor said that he wanted to take away some marketing dollars from tourism, right. Marketing dollars, and some of the tourism leaders were saying this is going to impact our state's #1 economy. Do you have any thoughts on that? If you take away the marketing dollars, will it impact the economy?
I think he's talking about putting the marketing dollars into culture and the arts. Among other things. That's an intriguing proposal. I think we ought to be looking at that really closely. That's the type of thing I think that all stakeholders in Hawaii, the media, tourism, average citizens, and the government ought to be looking at the fact that vibrant culture and arts can help to keep Hawaii a great place to visit. Advertising, we're really not 100% sure what the impact of advertising is. I think this is a long overdue experiment. We just need to be careful about how we implement it and when it's done.
All right.
But yes, I'm cautiously optimistic about that.
All right. Good answer, Sumner LaCroix.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your insight. And if you'd like to see any of our morning segments or this interview on our morning news, you can always head on over to the ULocal section of our website, KITV.com. It's KITV.com/thismorning. Well, stick around. We've got more news ahead. And Sumner, guess what? NFL cheerleaders are here.
Good news for the economy.
The Pro Bowl is good for the economy, isn't it, Sumner?
The Pro Bowl is very good for the economy.
This is Sumner LaCroix. Why don't you ladies say hello to him?
I'm sure are good for the economy, too.
And we've got Shannon from the Rams, Nicole from the Falcons, Tiffany from the Buccaneers, and Nicole from the Seahawks. Seahawk girl, there you are. All right, so we've got a lot coming up. The NFL Pro Bowl cheerleaders are here. They've got a lot of events this weekend, and they're cheering about a lot of stuff, including traffic and weather, the economy, and also
huge
of course,
economic
the Pro Bowl
impact
this weekend. It is 6:40. We'll be right back.